control room. Timeless. Rachel Alvarez, 27, is the young, driven Hispanic producer of Get Up Milwaukee. Her fierce, hazel eyes stare right into the camera. Her face is lit only by the light of the control panel. She breathes in deep, too deep. She coughs and grimaces.
And I thought they smelled bad.
Chris Blanks, 24, the young African-American director, swivels around in his chair and points.
On the outside.
He winks. Rachel shakes her head.
Because, you know, cows are like first tauntauns.
That's not right at all. Do you even know what cows do?
I think you know the answer to that question.
She puts her hand up, then speaks into the headset.
Why isn't Bessie in the studio?
Internal studio, hallway, continuous. Two PAs struggle to push a cow, that's right, the cow through the doorway into the main studio.
She's a stubborn girl.
PA
No,
number...
like cat captain.
Studio control room. Rachel rubs her temples.
I'm surrounded by nerds.
You need those nerds to push that heifer into the studio before Jim goes off on another offensive rant.
Back in the studio, on the floor. The backdrop is set up with an image of a farm. There is an area rug held down with some bales of fake hay. It almost has a children's show feel to it. Jim Edwards, 55, is dressed in overalls over his fine suit. He's the anchor. He looks like the old sage of the studio, but none of the wisdom.
They are not offensive. Not according to management.
Or the 1 million moms.
Or the FCC.
Jim shrugs it off.
What's offensive are these overalls.
Well, you wanted to look the part.
Studio control room. Rachel peers over at the bright monitor, then looks out into the studio. She claps her hands together.
Holy Bjork, it's the lights!
Rachel grabs a stack of papers and a roll of tape. She quickly throws together a pair of makeshift sunglasses with the paper and tape and runs into the studio. Studio floor. Rachel places the makeshift sunglasses on the cow. And she and Farmer John coax it into position.
I guess she's really not used to the spotlight.
Rachel wrinkles her nose.
Or baths. Claire, are you ready?
Did the Illuminati replace Avril Lavigne with a body double?
Claire Hall, 42, steps out from behind the backdrop in a bedazzled cowboy hat.
What?
She's beautiful with a hint of crazy in her eyes. Claire shakes her head.
Shabo.
She slaps on some gloves, ready to go.
Of course I'm ready. Let's do this.
Rachel snaps her fingers as the PAs move behind their cameras and set up their shots. The cow makes some disgruntled sounds and paws the ground.
We're on in 20, Jim. Get over there.
She points toward the cow as she exits the studio.
Do I have to get close to her? She's pungent, large. Also, there's a cow.
Oh, real mature hillbilly.
You're the one who wants to milk the beast. You backwoods broad. No offense, John.
Farmer John shrugs but remains focused on the cow. Studio, control room. Rachel takes her seat, shaking her head.
Children, focus. Jim, position, now. We're back in 5, 4, 3.
Studio, floor. The lights shine down on Claire and Jim as they're all smiles. They stand next to the big, goofy Farmer John.
It's Dairy Month here in Wisconsin, and to celebrate the occasion, Claire and I are here with Farmer John and Cowpatra here.
He gives her a good smack in the behind. The cow, startled, strikes Jim right in the face. He howls and falls.
My face, my beautiful face!
Fade to black. Fade in. Milwaukee skyline. Early morning. The moon can still be seen overhead. The city isn't awake. No one should be awake this early.
He's coming.
News station, internal, bullpen. Karen Doyle, 22, maneuvers herself between the desks of the bullpen as fast as possible in her high heels. Karen is an old soul who would rather be a housewife than an employee. Rachel quickly ducks underneath the desk. She peeks over to see Gary Cunningham, 58, the stout, ornery general manager. She's under the desk still. He pinballs back and forth around the office, rubbing the top of his balding head. He spots Karen and zips toward her.
You, I love Lucy. Have you seen Alvarez?
She glances down at Rachel.
I think she went to the little girl's room.
He grits his teeth.
When you see her, tell her I need to see her in my office.
Karen bats her eyelashes.
You got it, boss.
Gary rubs his throbbing temples and walks away, muttering to himself.
These kids are trying to kill me. I should have been Danny DeVito's stunt double when I had the chance.
He stomps into his office and slams the door shut. Rachel peeks back over the desk. Karen extends a hand to help her up.
Thanks for the cover.
You know you will have to talk.
Or
Rachel lifts a finger like a light bulb just went off in her head.
I could fake my death. Move to Mexico, start a new life, working in a small news station in Tijuana. Next thing I know, I'm working for the cartel. And
Karen gives her a gentle slap across the face.
Or you don't do any of that. You put your big girl pants on and you talk to him. Why don't we practice what you'll say?
Rachel breathes.
you know,
She pats her on the shoulder.
you're going to be a terrific wife someday.
Karen clutches her heart.
That's the nicest compliment you've ever given me.
Jim walks in from the hallway. His face does not look like something a little cover-up can fix. It's all messed up. Karen shoves Rachel into a closet. News station, hallway, morning. Chris walks over to the bathroom door when he sees Matt Smith, 28. Presses himself against the wall and sidles over behind a plant. Matt is the Japanese-German weatherman who's brilliant at times, but is the definition of a struggle other times.
Late again?
Matt sticks close to the wall, poking his head out from behind a potted plant.
Shut up. You know what boss lady said about being late again?
Alvarez!
Chris leans in.
Something tells me you're the least of her worries.
Internal news station, women's bathroom. Rachel and Karen stand in front of the mirror in the bathroom.
What am I gonna do? I'm never gonna be respected if I keep screwing things up.
Well, you could always quit and find a husband.
Karen spins Rachel around and clasps Rachel's hands.
Let's just quit and go find husbands.
Rachel looks at her like she's crazy.
Ew.
Karen shrugs.
Suit yourself. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Rachel straightens herself out.
Sir, I know it looks bad.
Karen turns from the mirror and shakes her head.
Maybe just try a different lead-in.
Like what?
I don't know, just not that.
Meanwhile, in the men's bathroom, Gary shakes his head, barreling into the bathroom, and hears,
If he wanted to fire you, we'd have done it already.
through the vent, he hears this. Gary listens up.
Over email, probably.
He clenches his fists together and explodes.
Alvarez, that's you? My office, now.
He storms right back out.
Oh, Frida Kahlo.
Internal news station, Gary's office. Later, Rachel sits in Gary's office and watches him pace back and forth behind his desk.
I go on vacation one time a year. Is that too much to ask? One vacation to get away from it all, from you all. Do you know why I go to Branson every year near the end of summer?
To spend time with your wife?
To spend time away from my wife. And Yakov Smirnov is on sick.
Gary takes his seat.
I'm waiting at the gate, ready for my relaxing weekend alone, and my phone starts to ring, and ring, and ring. What for, you ask?
He spins his computer monitor around, and there's a video filling the screen. Cow Punt Remix. Rachel opens her mouth, but Gary holds a finger up.
Just watch.
He hits play and the video plays. It's an auto-tuned video of the whole scene. It's a Mortal Kombat type techno video. And there's graphics going, finish him, whack, whack, my beautiful face. Gary pauses the video. Rachel points at the video.
I can understand how this might look bad to you, but look, it's got over 100,000 views. That has to mean something, right?
Gary is not amused.
Your lead anchor was accosted by a cow. Have you seen his face?
Jim pokes his head in.
I want to file a complaint.
Jim sees Rachel and glares at her, then looks to Gary.
Carry on.
That is not something we can hide with the desk.
Sir, with all due respect, we can turn this around. We could do a segment on animal abuse. You know Jim would be on board for that.
I knew it was too early to promote you. Your judgment has been a serious concern over the last few weeks.
Sir, I don't think that's fair.
The Girl Scout drama,
Well, that was a misunderstanding.
the incident with Camera 3,
That was a tough shot.
the book club.
I don't think this is the time or the place to relitigate that.
The owners believe in you after seeing the ratings the last few weeks. I don't. Just consider yourself on thin ice. Capiche?
Rachel sheepishly nods her head as she exits the room. And scene.